excuse me, it's actually been quite a while since I recorded a video, and that's because we've actually been moving house. Now the important part of the house is the part that we're in at the moment, which is the garage. And as you can see, in the garage at the moment we have the XJ40. We also have what is going to become my area for various hobbies and other repair exercises. So what do we have in here at the moment? So on Sunday I went to Retrotech, which would be Sunday last week. Now I didn't go mad, I only bought a few things and collected another few things off a friend of mine. One of the things I purchased was this, I think, quite possibly new old stock late TX9 chassis. Now I paid £10 for this, and I would have been happy just paying £10 literally just for this, but I actually ended up with a box full of other chassis, including what looks like a brand new ICC7 chassis, complete with lopped and everything else that makes it work. Various other bits and pieces that it has. I'm not sure if that big chip is a jungle chip or not, but it looks like it could be. I also have, I'm not sure what this is, that's got a TDA 2540 on it, which I think is a sync chip, and a part number of 1531C, and a plug-in module type thing. So I'm not sure, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure what that's actually from. In fact, it's a plug-in module, could mean it's from either from a Philips or a Grundig of some description. What else have we got in here? We have this rather interesting looking affair, which has a SCART socket. It's also complete with a line output transformer and everything else. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure who makes this, where it's from, or indeed who manufactures it. So there's another mystery. Then we have this one right down at the bottom, which I think, actually you can't really see that, let me see if I can illuminate the situation a little bit. That's better. So that, I think, is either a Thorn 14 or 1500 chassis with a set of scan coils, some adjustment pots, random piece of flex, and yeah, that's it really. So I only wanted this for the TX9 chassis because a friend of mine has got my old Super Sound, and this would be an ideal spare for him, to be honest with you. He might need to change the scan circuit, but apart from that, it's a perfectly usable, perfectly working spare board. Well, actually, I don't know if it's perfectly working or not, but you never know, it could be, it might not be, who knows. And I've actually just worked out, I had a feeling I was wrong about that. It's actually a TX9 part, so I could have sworn 1531C actually sounds like a Thorn part number, and it looks like I was right. So there's actually two of those. One looks decidedly older than the other, in fairness, so that's the plug-in module for that. What else have you got on these? You've got the tuning control plug-in module there, mains there, degauss circuit there, on-off switch there. Then you have PL15, I can't remember what that one's for. You got the, I think that's a power decoder, the TDA3560. Got PL8 customer controls. So that would go to the front panel. You have obviously the standard pots that you have on the TX9, along with those big fusible resistors. Scan circuit, obviously. These pots seem to have got a bit corroded, but that's because they've probably been in storage for a very long time. What else have we got? Oh yeah, that's the... Oh, I've completely forgotten what that is. That is, I think that's, I want to say the A1 supply. I can't remember off the top of my head. PL17 stereo, so you do actually need to solder in the connector to go to the stereo board. If you actually look underneath, it should have... Yep, it's actually ready to be soldered in. So you need to resolder the connector into that if you're going to use it for stereo. Tone controls, I think that is if you are using a... If you've got the lower budget version of the Super Sound that has the separate tone control panel. The more expensive version actually had the tone controls actually built into the remote control. So obviously the bass, treble and balance are on those series of LEDs that you have. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, we've got PL15 here, which is the teletext interface. And then we have a couple of, well actually you've got quite a few suppressors actually. There's two there, there's two there. Then, are there any more? Yeah, there's one hiding under the cap. Ah, sorry, no, that's the A1 supply. That is, oh, I want to say that's the horizontal supply. So if you adjust that, you can actually adjust the horizontal adjustment on the screen itself. And yeah, that's basically the TX9. It's actually a nice little compact chassis. You can, with the appropriate mains isolation transformer, actually get these upgraded to accept composite inputs. However, it's not a task I've actually undertaken. I've actually just noticed there is another stereo connector here. There's also the sweep tuner and remote connector there. So if you've got the sweep tuning functionality, you'll have another socket there. So yeah, it does look like you do need to modify this if you've got a more expensive TX9 base set. What else have we got in here today? We have this, which is a Bondi Blue iMac. I'll be honest, I'm not sure of the generation. That was a recent acquisition and something we'll be taking a look at. Unfortunately, this little pile here isn't mine, but we do have a Sanyo VTC 5150 Betamax. Then there's just some kind of generic JVC, generic Hitachi, and a Yamaha amplifier. What else have we got? Over here is just some of the things that were in the old office. So under there we've got the RISC PC, some of the boom boxes and a couple of other bits and pieces. But what's quite nice is beyond here we've actually got a covered walkway which I can use for storage, which is quite good. Also got a little bit of storage up there which I'm only putting light items on because if that falls down I don't want it damaging the car too much. Still got the cover in the car, haven't actually put it on yet, so I do need to do that. For some reason I have a AJ6 cylinder head. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but there it is. I don't think it has any valves in it. I remember many years ago actually starting to strip it down. Other items I've kept include behind there some upper arms for the XJ40. There's another set of lower arms over there, which I'm just going to probably just paint up at some point, and those can be used if I ever need to overhaul the suspension again, which I probably won't for another 20 years. And what else have we got? We've got this fan shroud for an XJ40, which I do need to fit at some point. And yeah, well, that's it really. So that's really just a sort of a tour of my new workshop area. This is the boot lid that we fitted before moving out here, and it still looks fantastic. Other things I've done since then, so I've actually fitted the Jaguar Sport boot infill panel, which I personally think looks absolutely superb. It really brings together the rear of the car, as you can see. So you've just got the nice chrome Daimler spec rear lights, rear lamp clusters, and then you've got the boot infill panel, which just really brings the whole rear of the car together, to be perfectly honest with you. I rather like it. This is obviously the one that I had in my spare set. The one that was originally on the old boot lid had a sheared bolt on one of the sides. When I was moving the car out, I actually noticed I have a bit of a hairline fracture here, so I'm going to probably remove this cluster and either repair that, or, to be honest with you, looking at it, it's all cracked around here. I'm probably going to source a new set of chrome edged Daimler spec clusters. The reason why I want the Daimler ones is because they are tinted black, and because it's a black car, it really sort of suits the whole car rather well. This one's actually okay, and I have a feeling I do actually have a set of spares of these, but they're slightly faded, so it would be interesting to, once I get some of the spares back, to actually have a look. Oh, there's one big thing I forgot to show, which is under here. I bought this for £5, which is a pattern generator. Very useful for when I'm preparing television sets, so I can get various patterns for adjustments, and obviously standard R, G and B outputs to obviously check for purity and all of that sort of stuff. And there we go. So, a little brief tour of the garage. If you have found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon.